I think I'm just going to go ahead and say that I'm done with the mini excavator for the year. I parked it in the corner of my shed here, and it's probably just going to sit there until spring. So I would like to get the gas out of it. I haven't been putting a lot of gas in it every time I use it because I didn't want it too full when the time came to put it away. So I can either pull the line or I can suck it out with a pump. In fact, I could probably even run it until it runs out of gas. That'd probably help the carburetor from not getting nasty this winter with the gas sitting in there. So this is what I use late every fall to pull gas or fuel out of stuff that I don't want gas going bad in. It's just a cheap pump from Harbor Freight, like 10 bucks. I don't really have much in there. I don't really reuse this gas either because this can's dirty. I usually just use it as a fire starter if I'm burning brush or whatever. Wow, there's a lot more in there than I thought. Now, one of my old videos of this machine when I first got it, I fixed the throttle and the choke on here, and what I did wrong, I used a kind of just a bolt that I had for the cable here, and it blocks the fuel shut off from shutting. I don't know if you can see that, it's probably too dark, but so I can't really shut the fuel off. So I'm just gonna run it out at fuel and not have to deal with the crankcase being full of gas or whatever next spring, which apparently is a problem people have a lot. I don't know. My oil seems to always look fine, and I leave my fuel valve open all the time. But anyway, so I'm gonna start this thing up, let it warm up, and then I'll run it at higher RPM just to run it out of fuel. Get my shed all nice and full of exhaust fumes. Get this thing out of here. Kind of a cold start actually. It's about 40, 38 maybe. Really That's all she wrote. She's hot. That butt warmer thing is cool if it's cold out. Not in the middle of the summer though. So hopefully the bowl is empty of gas. So then in the spring when I put new gas in it, it'll just fill up the bowl with new gas and it should be good. Hopefully. Now I'm not really doing anything with the battery. The battery is on the far side of the machine here underneath this mat and underneath this metal cover, which I don't even have my tools with me right now. But even if I take that battery out and put it somewhere, it's gonna lose its charge over the winter anyway, so I'll just leave it in there. And in the spring I'll pull start it, back this thing out, and then put a charger on the battery, see if it still lives on 6 months later. And then the hydraulic fluid, obviously it's hydraulic fluid, whatever, it'll be fine. I'm probably going to change it in the spring anyway. I have some updates to do to this. I really wanted to take it back to my house and leave it in the garage over the winter and tear it apart, put a bunch of new parts on it, but my wife doesn't like the idea of having her car outside, and I don't blame her, so I'm just gonna have to let this thing be until the spring. And when the weather's nice, then I'll take on the task of tearing it apart. And I do have a video where I bought a bunch of like I bought a cushion valve, still need the hoses. I got some adjustable pressure valves. I got a gauge because I need to adjust the main pressure valve, which is over here on the left side of the valve block, or whatever you call this thing. Again, the garage connection on YouTube, that guy's smart. Probably offers more info on these things than anybody else, so I'm kind of just following his videos. And then I see he does have the QH12R series, whatever brand you got. He has the filter and hydraulic cooler kits available. As of now, they're $400. That could change depending on the tariffs and his parts availability, but I do want to get one of those as well. But I don't want to put any money into the cooling system until I know for sure that my swing motor is not going to break. That's why I want to put that cushion valve kit in there and get it adjusted properly so I don't have to worry about that. If your swing motor breaks, it doesn't matter what you've done to this thing, it's going to be useless. So you'll have to get a new swing motor, which that's a task on its own, and then you got to install it, which is its own deal because all the stuff is so close together. And next spring I want to figure out why my hydraulic thumb always works its way down while I'm digging, and then I got to keep hitting the lever and pushing it back up so it's out of the way. I'm assuming it's air in the line somewhere. Maybe I'm low on fluid, maybe my fluid sucks, maybe there's an air leak somewhere, I don't know. I never see any fluid on the ground from this ever, so I don't think it's leaking. But I'll probably do a hydraulic oil change anyway, and then maybe I'll purge the air out of it the best I can. But not gonna lie, I'm gonna miss this thing. It was a lot of fun. I tried to use it as much as I could in the last few weeks leading up to the early part of winter arriving. We're gonna have below freezing temps, and as soon as the ground freezes, there's nothing I can do with this machine. So very cool though. I'm very happy with it, and now that I'm better at operating it, it digs so much better. I thought it didn't dig very well, but it turns out it was just because I suck at operating it. After a while I started figuring it out and how to cut the ground good with the bucket, and it's a good machine. I'm super happy with it, and I'm looking forward to upgrading it. So anyways, that's basically what I'm doing for winter prep. Looks like the bucket lifted up a little bit running it. There we go. It's down. It's all loosey goose. China. All right. Well, until spring.